This is, this is an area that's really important to me. It plays in my wheelhouse and everything, but I have a lot of faith in young people.
Yeah.
And I believe that, you know, everything that's going on in our world right now is kind of messed up. It's stressful to people of all ages, but I'm holding out hope that young people are gonna kind of dig us out of this stuff. Let's talk about social and environmental issues. How do young people feel about these issues that are impacting us on a daily basis?
Love this question. We started with knowledge managers, talked about personal brand. We haven't really touched too much on diversity yet, but the other is being purpose-driven. I see it. I mean, I'm not Gen Z, but at all, but I see it in every young person that I interact with, that they have the tools and they're open to take action. Perhaps more importantly, that they care. And I think sort of a potential difference that I've seen between, you know, older demographics and Gen Z is that maybe less slacktivism. Like you were saying, cut the bullshit, the bullshit detector. More like, okay, we have these tools, we have these apps, we have this group of friends who all care. We have a purpose, let's take action.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like the whole slacktivism thing to them, this is from, like, say, like the 100 to 300, you know, odd young people that I connect with on a more ongoing basis. I almost feel, and they can like weigh in on comments or something, but that they would be more insulted by slacktivism. Unless it was a good use of humor. I mean, I guess there's, you know, there's always entertainment that's for good, but just having campaigns that are, you know, anything short of really truly making impact.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a huge, when you talk about like hope for humanity,
yeah.
like that feels pretty good. And I used to think that when I started, take a step back, when I started doing the research for the book, I started with Set High, you know, an entrepreneurial school in San Diego, and everybody was really concerned about like what brand stood for, what was the why, what was, you know, the purpose. And I left that school saying, oh shit, this is like the smart kids. So I just went to I started with a school that's just not a sampling. Yeah. And I left, and every single school, every group of young people, every online advisory board member, it was just like, nobody didn't have that theme. And I started to feel like, this is pretty awesome. And then Richard Jun Kim, who's the founder of the Gen Z Foundation, he found out what I was doing, and then he invited me to be one of the founding board members with him on that. And their primary cause is feeding people in Yemen. And so we go out every other month and we do a conference where we donate all the tickets to that foundation and others coming up. But and I say that just because I discovered more and more young people that were not just claiming that they were passionate about something, they were doing something on either like a big, you know, sort of Richard is almost kind of an exception because he's such a brilliant genius that he's like helping, you know, these amazing, courageous women bring, you know, food to Yemen. And my friend, that means sometimes sitting in a boat for months. Mm. Like I mean, I'll shed a tear if we go like too deep into it, you know, but others that I've encountered, you might be just doing something like actionable in their town, you know, because nothing's too small, you know, to have an impact on other people.